Today I'm gonna tell you guys what you need to do before you think about getting a roommate. That's on some real blurb. I know I got family watching, so that's on some real, sugar honey iced tea. You feel me? Okay. Now let's jump right into it, you guys. So of course, in the past before, I've had a couple of roommates or whatnot. So before the times when I was going to college and all that stuff, I got a few apartments or whatever, and obviously I put roommates in there. Sometimes obviously when you're a college student, you know, you a college student, you know how that is. You work and you gotta pay bills. You can't be able to afford all the rent. So obviously you get a roommate, right? So I got a roommate through that, and then also other times, even after I finished college or whatnot, I moved again, and obviously, yeah, I got a roommate again. Now, today I'm gonna tell you guys all the things that you need to do before you think about getting a roommate. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with getting a roommate. Okay? There's nothing absolutely wrong with getting a roommate. Trust me, honey, you want to do anything to save some coins, okay? Even if you can afford the rent, all of us can afford the rent, you know what I mean? So, but it's still good to have a roommate to save some coins, Put some money in your savings account, to save up for a house, to save up for a condo, to save up for something that you want, you know what I mean? So the time when I had roommates or whatever, at the beginning I didn't really, I would say I really didn't like was picky or whatnot. It was just like, oh my god, I just got my first place, like I don't care, I'm gonna just get a roommate. So I went on Craigslist. Craigslist was one of the sites that I used to find someone, actually. So I went on Craigslist and I put up the listing as looking for a clean professional roommate, just so the dirty ones cannot, be attracted to my post, because I'm clean. I would like somebody who is also clean and not filthy. But honey, anyways, we're gonna get to that. So I put the listing up or whatnot, and I interviewed a couple of people, and I picked who I feel like I was compatible with, based off of the outlook of experience, based off of the conversation or whatnot. So the first time I did that, I did not do, I just met them, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you know if I choose you amongst the rest, and then I'll send you a text message or call you, and that's that. So once I pick the person that I like, I tell them, hey, when would you like to move in? Move in the time, give me your first month rent, and that's it, right? So now, you guys, trust me, that roommate was filthy. Okay, he was filthy. Okay, so then when I moved to my other place or whatnot, I put it up on Craigslist again, and this time I was smart about things. Okay, you have to make sure anytime you want to get a roommate, you need to generate your own lease agreement. That's one of the important things. Now, you need to make your own lease agreement. That's where you put all the things that's allowed, all the things that's not allowed, how much rent you're supposed to pay, if they pay late, all the fees that they have to be responsible for after so and so day after the rent is due. You understand? That's where you put you lay down all of the things that you need, that you want from your roommate. You put it on there. Things that you don't want your roommate to do, you put it on there. The rent amount, his name or her name, put everything down there. House chores. So as for me, you know, with my apartment, listen, I love to clean. I'm a woman. I like to clean, okay? I like to live in a space where I have family coming over, I have friends coming over, I have my boyfriend or whoever is coming over. I want my apartment to look good, you know? I hate to be in a filthy place. That is not me. That's not how I was raised, you know. I've been to people's places where it looked filthy, but obviously I'm not gonna tell them that it looks filthy, but within myself, like, I'm not comfortable, you know. So I want my dwelling place to be something that's comfortable for me, you know, and my guests, you know. That's how people talk trash about you behind your back. Imagine you go somewhere, I mean, your friends come to visit you and your house look filthy as blurb. And your house look filthy. Like, how are your friends gonna look at you? They're gonna be like, damn, this girl is filthy. She is dirty. She is, I do not want to even eat her food or whatnot. You know what I mean? People, you know, and plus I'm African, so you know, in the African community, people talk. Trust me, they talk about you behind your back. You know, because that's what I'll say. They can talk behind your back, but they can't say it to your face. You feel me? But anyways, so I always, like, I grew up in a clean house, so filth is not in my nature. Sorry, it really isn't. So with that being said, you know, I generated my lease agreement for my roommate, and I put it down specifically. I'm like, every week one person have to clean. One week you clean, the next week I clean, the next week so and so. You understand? So I put it directly on the lease agreement. I'm like, we are required to clean every week. One person takes turns to clean. Okay? You are required to wash your dishes, clean up after yourself, because you definitely don't have no slave. I didn't write that though, but that's what I said in my head. You definitely don't have no slave to come clean up after you, to wash your dirty, filthy bowls after you. You know, I didn't say all that though, but I just stated that clean up after yourself. And me, the kind of roommate that I am, I'm not the type of person that's like strict and be like, oh, your boyfriend or your girlfriend cannot come and sleep over the house, or oh, um, don't put food in the kitchen, or don't cook in the kitchen, or you cannot have overnight guests and all that other nonsense. Because first of all, I'm young, you know, I do not want to live or be somewhere where I cannot have my guests come over. Like, that's not nice. I wouldn't want that, so I wouldn't do that to someone else, you know. But I know a lot of roommates that do that stuff, but I don't do that. But I put it in there. I'm like, clean up after yourself, clean up after your guests. The only thing that I would not tolerate is parties in my apartment. I do not tolerate parties. Parties are not allowed. I'm like, parties are not allowed. You know, smoking, obviously you cannot smoke in your room or anywhere in the apartment. You can smoke outside in the balcony. That's okay, you know, but inside the apartment is not, is void for me, you know. You know, and you got to make sure you pay your rent on time. You have a certain amount of days that you have to pay your rent. If you do not pay your rent on time, you're going to get charged so and so fee as a late fee payment that you have to pay on top of your missed rent. You have to, a security deposit should always be required. You guys, I cannot state this, like, I cannot state this more enough. Security deposit should always be required, okay? The first time I got my apartment, trust me, you guys. Yo, let's not even go back to that. A security deposit is required. That's a security for you in case anything happened, okay? That is a must. So you set your security deposit, you put it in your lease agreement, you stated to them the security deposit before moving is such and such amount. That the security deposit is required before you can move in to the apartment, and that security deposit, you know, ensures that I hold the room for you. You know, without the security deposit, I cannot hold the room for you, and you cannot move into my apartment. So that security deposit is required, period. Okay, and there's no negotiation on a security deposit. F that, you know. I mean, sometimes it doesn't have to be the full month rent, but it has to be something, you know, between 100 to, depending on where you're renting or whatever, you know, to probably 600 or 800, you know, depending if you have a house and you're trying to rent a whole basement, you know. But for a general apartment, like between 100 and 500, you know what I mean. You have to make sure you have a security deposit in case your roommate decides to ditch on you at any time without paying your rent, without, or mess up the apartment, mess up his room or any areas of the apartment, the carpet, the kitchen, broke a couple of your stuff in the apartment. You have that security deposit that you can take from. You know, that's why it's called security deposit. It's for security situations, you know, just like that. You know, in case they just leave and just drop that, they didn't even tell you rent is almost due, you have that to lean on, brother and sister, period. That's the mistake I did the first time. So I learned from that, you know. That's the thing, people learn all the time. So that's why I'm bringing this video to you guys, to prepare you guys before you think of getting a roommate or whatnot, okay? And another thing is putting someone you don't know on the lease. That is foul for me, you guys. I will never do that. Since I got my apartment all by myself, and I'm the only one whose name is on the lease. Like, I am not going to, oh, go look for a roommate. Oh, you want to let me put your name on the lease so we're both equally responsible for everything. F that. I don't got time for that. Okay? Because if you put their name on the lease, in case anything happened, they decide not to pay, you have to go through all this process to kick them out. You know what I mean? And before I go through all that process, why not you just sublet for me? You know, let me be the leaseholder, just in case you are my roommate and then me and you don't get along. I don't have to deal with your whole face for a whole year till the lease ends. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not mean, you guys. I'm the best roommate anyone can ever ask for in the past, you know. Obviously now I'm not roommating or whatever. That was before. That's why I'm bringing this video to you guys, to prepare you guys, you know, on things that you need to accomplish, things that you need to set in place before you think about getting a roommate or whatnot, you know. Because sometimes when you meet someone call you from Craigslist or Facebook, or maybe the African market or somewhere where you write your information on the book in case someone is looking for a room, you know, and you meet someone, they come and they give you the most best impression ever, that's gonna make you like, oh my god, I'm so happy, I want this person to be my roommate. Oh my god, like their whole physique, the whole conversation, you know, is just everything lined up. But when you live with that person, you get to see their real color. Like literally, you get to see their real color. People know how to put on a front, trust me. People know how to put on a front, trust me, you guys. People know how to put up a front. So of course, you're trying to look for a room and you really like this apartment, you're gonna put a front, right? If you're a filthy person, are you gonna go up and be like, oh, you guys, I'm a filthy person, I don't like to clean, okay? I don't like to wash my clothes, I don't like to take a shower. Like, you know what I mean? Will you automatically go to that, like, get that person to be your roommate? Hell no. Hell no. I don't know for you, but for me, that's a complete no. I would not do it, even if they pay me like 10 times the rent. I don't care. I would not do it. I can't. Absolutely not. I can't. Because first of all, I wish that happens though, right? I wish people can just express, like, tell us exactly how they are. You know, if you're a filthy person, I wish you can just come and be like, hey, my name is so and so, I am filthy, I don't like to clean, you know, and I dig up my boogers. You know, yeah, you want me as a roommate? I wish they can just be bold and tell us, you know, instead of us, you know, like giving us a front, like, oh yes, oh my god, yes, I love to clean, I love to clean, like, I love to clean, you know. And yes, trust me, I don't have a lot of guests, I don't smoke, like, I don't have a lot of guests that's gonna like visit me or whatnot. I don't cook a lot, I clean after myself, you know. You know, they bring up all that front, and then when you live with them, you see the filth that they possess. You see the filth, you know, they don't clean. Sometimes you don't even see them take a shower. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't clean up, they don't do the right thing, you know, they always, like, it's always a complication when it comes to cleaning. And me, that's one thing that will get me out of line, is cleaning. Like, listen, I tell you up front, I'm like, listen, the only thing that's gonna get me and you out of line, it's cleaning and disrespect. You understand? I want you to respect me the same way I respect you. You know, respect is earned, it's not given. If I don't respect you, then I expect you not to respect me. But if I respect you, you have to respect me. Period. You have to respect me if I'm respecting you, you know. And I'm a very respectable person. Everybody that know me. You know what I mean? Unless if you get me out of character. But even when you get me out of character, it's hard for me to be upset, you know. Unless if I'm telling you consistently, hey, stop doing this, stop doing this. But you're not listening to me. You keep doing it. Obviously, that's gonna make people, you know, build up that thing right there and just explode, you know. But I'm really easygoing or whatnot. So you guys, that's it, yo. Make sure before you get a roommate, get a lease agreement set up. Get a lease agreement. Lay down all your rules of the apartment: cleaning, rent, late fee. You know, rules of the apartment. You know, all that. Put it in a lease agreement. Put their name, your complex name, the date. You know, and then make sure that they sign it. Even if you email it to them and they like e-sign it and they send it back to you, that's also proof, you know, that they acknowledge. Or if they sign it, it's even better, you know, because if anything happened, yo, this is America. You can take them to court. You know, if they violate the lease in any way, or if they did not pay you for a certain amount of time, you can use that against them in court. You know, you can use that to serve them a 30 days notice for them to evacuate the apartment, you know, or you're going to take them to court because you guys have that lease agreement right there, you know. So yes, you guys, that is the 419 on what to do before you get a roommate. And also, I would not suggest again for you to put your roommate on the lease. I mean, a lot of people do it, but I mean, I guess it's based off of if you trust the person, if you know the person, then that's different. You know, if you know the person, then it's different. But if you don't know the person like that, or if someone referred that person to you, do not put them on the lease, because some people are not responsible. They are not responsible, and that's the least thing that you want to do. Put someone that's not responsible on the lease. In case they don't pay, you cannot kick them out. You cannot give them a 30-day notice because their name is on the lease, so they can decide to stay there throughout. You got to go through all this extensive things to kick them out. So you guys think about that before you decide to put anyone on a lease. Think about that. That's just my take on things, you know. Hope this was helpful to some of you, because I know some of you guys are already have everything situated, have a roommate who is good. You guys are everything is working well with you guys, so that's good. You know, some people are lucky and some are not lucky, you know. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today on Suki's Kitchen and Trend. You guys, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please be safe during this pandemic. Please do not forget to wear your mask anywhere you go, you guys. Be safe, okay? Please share this video, give it a thumbs up, and comment your opinion. If you've ever been through a situation with a roommate, drop it down below. Let me see, sis. Let me see, bro. Honestly, because probably we all used to be in it together, you know? But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Bye.